Hello, and welcome back to Tabletop Thoughts. I'm going to just do a quick rundown of some of the projects I'm going to try to get done this week. There's quite a few things, so I probably won't get them all done, but just thought we would take a look at what I'm trying to do for the week. So one thing I started, since this is, getting ready for Halloween, it is October, I printed out a bunch of these zombies from Fat Dragon Games. You can see I already did the dry brush and added some of this malignant green from speedpaint. So there's a couple of girls there. There's a guy holding some of his guts out. Another person holding some of his guts out. He looks more like he's like a merchant or something like that. And then a prisoner. Yep. So they're coming along. I should have those done by Halloween. Hoping done by the weekend, but you never know. So since we're working on zombies, got to do skeletons. These are also from Fat Dragon Games. All of these are designed to print support lists on an FDM printer, but I did them all in resin because you get better detail in that out of them. And I was hoping to make these look really nice and maybe keep these as my basic skeleton set, because I don't know if I have some that I've purchased that were like from Pathfinder and stuff like that I painted up, but nothing that I actually printed and painted. I've either sold it or gave it away, so I thought this is a nice set. Some variety of different weapons and stances in it. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 skeletons should be enough for most encounters. I still have this shambler on the table. Already did the dry brush. I don't know how well it'll show up here, but I started putting some of the brown on the ground. It's going to go with like a grass green. Paint the rocks like a lighter gray. Paint this guy more of a darker green. I'll come in with a lighter green and do like the leaves, and then white and red for the mushrooms. Give them some red eyes, because all monsters have red eyes. I also still have this minotaur. This one is from EC3D Design, so is this guy. But he doesn't look too bad. I really like this monster. So I'm going to try to get another one done, maybe this week. I don't know if maybe this week or next week. Some other stuff that I got from the EC3D Design Beast and Baddies. I printed out 3 different blights. There's a twig blight, a vine blight, and a needle blight. And I am not sure who's who, but I guess I could look at the models and see who's who. But yep, I was just printing. There was room on the tray. I'm like, why not? A few other guys I have coming through. The Hook Horror. This is also from EC3D Design. I did one of these before. If I can find it, I can always put a picture up on the screen. If not, you'll just have to go back and look through the website, TabletopThoughts.com, and see if you can find a Hooked Horror. This is a very nice model. I also printed out a Minotaur. I had some Minotaurs I had done that came from Fat Dragon Games. I think I sold them. But he had some nice Minotaurs too. They were a little bit bigger than this and beefy. I might have to print myself out another set and print them out and keep them this time. That's one bad thing about when you open up a store and that. You take stuff, you're like, oh, I probably won't use this, and you sell it, and then once you sell it, you're like, man, I wish I would have kept that. Alright. I also printed out a giant scorpion. I like this guy. You can see I already put on a brown, I think it was the ruddy brown, or ruddy fur, I think it's called, speed paint. Come in, I'll touch up the pointer down here, maybe where his eyes are, some red, then still do the rocks and cover up the base. But yeah, he's like 80% done, I'd say. course, for Halloween, a couple of vampires, male and a female. Both of these are from EC3D Design. If you're playing Curse of Strahd, you got to have a vampire lord. You know, something like this would work perfectly fine. You know, he has a bunch of brides. I think there's a few more vampires in there. Plus, I think the latest monthly thing from the Printing Goes Ever On had some vampires and everything on it. So I got to get printing on some of that too. Here is a building. It is pretty much complete. I put a blue tint to the roof. All the wood, it was just brown India inks. I painted up some of the stones, a couple of different colors like I do some of my pillars. Brown door with metal bracket. I don't know how well it comes up on the camera, but you can see I took a small sponge, dipped it in some of these different colors that I did the stones, and then I kind of sponged on different, you know, just tapped it here, tapped it there with a sponge, trying to keep it between the, like on these rocks here, avoiding the windows. And I think I did a pretty good job of that. So it, you know, when you're looking at it, you see different colors from different angles, and it's pretty cool. So another building, this guy I'm pretty much sure is done, but we will, you know, I'll still have to clear coat it and that, but he will be done. I'll probably be showing him off on my Sunday post. Something that came out today, I believe, from Bright Mini, so I sliced it in between jobs. I worked both of them today. I think it was called the Wet Job, but they're all like drowned. Like here's a drowned pirate. This is also a drowned pirate. This was just like a drowned citizen or something like that they had marked down. And this one, I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera. Here, let me see if I can get a little bit higher. Get a light on her. This is supposed to be the girl from The Ring. So even on their little blurb that he puts out, you know, this is a drowned citizen too. And she only comes out when there's video cassettes around. So, but yep. So I saw that. I'm like, I have to print her out. So she's printed and cleaned, and I ran it and cured it. I'll have to take her downstairs maybe tomorrow night and prime her up, and then give her a dry brush and try to finish her this week as well. The last thing that's on the table I'm going to try to work on, well, second to last, we'll say, this open grave that was part of the train that came out from one of the Printing Goes Ever On, their monthly kits. You can see it's printed, FDM, of course, 2 pieces glued together. The line is real hard to see, so that's when it gets all painted up, it should be even harder to see. I primed it black, even though it was a black material, just because I wanted it to be more matte. I just need to dry brush it and give it some paint. I think I'm going to go with like a brown for the ground, keep the roots and everything like that, and then I might come back in, put a little glue, watered down glue, and then shake a little like dead grass type flocking on it to give it a little more ground cover. Make sure I avoid, so you can see all the roots and everything, but I want to put a little, you know, keep all this looking dirt, but down here around the edge put a little ground so you can see it. This was dug up, but you know, there was grass here. The last thing I've been working on, and I don't know why, but I started going through and I'd set up prints before for these little frog people. This one is from Bright Minis. This one is from EC3D Design. There was a few different poses from each company. I think there was like 3 or 4 from the one and like 4 or 5 from the other. Well, I had printed them out, and I don't know why, but when my printer would stop, I would clean the tray off, and then I think, I don't want it sitting there, so I would tell it, yeah, just go ahead again. This one is like FDM printed. I got, I think I was getting kind of low on a roll of filament, and so I told it, hey, just print out those, trying to use it up, because I hate wasting it, but I don't want to be halfway through a project and my printer stop. It's nice enough that it has a filament detector, so I can't run out. It'll actually, once it fails, like it just pulls. It's just a pull through, so if filament goes through it, when it pulls out of it, it'll stop and say, hey, I'm out of filament, so it kind of just pauses itself. I hate to stop in the middle of a project like that, because sometimes it doesn't start back up right. And so I was using, I estimated there was enough to do like 1 or 2 sets, and I did quite a few. And I even have some that, like, these are resin printed. That one's resin printed. So let's see how many I got. That one's resin, FDM. There has to be like 30 guys here. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with all these frogs. Probably, I don't know, I might just stick them in a lot and throw it on eBay or something like that, because if somebody was playing, I don't know. I guess where they would really be nice for is if, man, back in the day, we're talking at this point like 8 years ago, when I was going to the multi-meeple, we ran out of the abyss. And you know, the Koatoa, they're more fish people. I don't really have fish people, but you know, they could be bollywogs and that, but you know, if you need something to throw down, they're definitely not human. So if you throw those down, nobody's gonna, you know, you paint them up. People that look like they look froggish, they could easily pass as being kind of fish looking. They have big mouths, big eyes. So if I was running out of the abyss again, you know, if I had a fight where you're fighting the Koatoas or anything like that, I would definitely put these on the table. These are close enough that nobody at your table is going to say anything, as long as you have minis. They're just happy you're not just dropping down a, you know, a die or something like that and be like, this is a fish person. All the years I've run games, and I've been, wow, this year has been 40 years I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons. I started, I think, the summer after I turned 13. My one cousin started introducing me to the game. Like, it was just basic stuff. Playing like, he would draw out a map and, okay, you're here, there's something over here. You just roll some dice. Not even character. She's just, you know, getting the idea put in my head. That Christmas, my father bought me the Red Box set. I think he got it at a Walden Books. Those are all gone. And my younger brother Mike got the, I think it was Star Frontiers. Man, that's way back there. But yeah, we started there, and I've been playing games ever since. So thank you. That was an awesome hobby just to get me started into. All right, well, enough rambling there. That is all the stuff that's sitting on my table that I'm going to try to finish by Sunday. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, check out the next video right here. It's packed with more great content. And as always, keep on gaming.